YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video to talk about season expectations I have for wide receiver Jahan Dotson, who was our first round draft pick from this past draft, 16th overall. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. We're ever so close. I believe we're like 70 or 60 away. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Let's get straight into today's video. So shout out to my man Tony, Protect Sports, for having me on his show last night, man. I appreciate you for having me on, man. As always, we got to talk about the Commanders, the draft, and James Bradbury and stuff like that. So make sure you guys go subscribe to my man Protect Sports if you haven't already, man. Great stuff over there. So season expectations for Jahan Dotson. First, we're going to back it up to draft night. If you guys don't remember, so me and Pedro, we were on live together, obviously, on Pedro's channel, live streaming the draft. And when we first was at 11, I was like, and pretty much everyone was like, this draft couldn't have mapped out more better for us. I mean, the only person that we wanted that was gone was Garrett Wilson, but everywhere else or everybody else was still there. And I was sitting there like, this is perfect. This draft couldn't have mapped out even better for us. Like, it was perfect. Kyle Hamilton was still there. Jameson Williams was still there. Chris Olave was still there. Like, everybody that we were so-called rumored to be interested in was still there at 11. And then the Washington Commanders traded back, and I was excited about it, man. I was excited. I was more excited about the compensation that we got because, we came into this past draft with only 6 selections. So I was excited about the trade back. So then when we did that, I was happy. And then we got a chance to possibly get Kyle Hamilton, and then the Ravens took him. And then that's when I started to slowly regret wanting to trade back, because after they took Kyle Hamilton, and then we came up and we got Jahan Dotson, I wasn't happy about it, man. I was like, wow, man, like we had a chance to get Kyle Hamilton, Jameson Williams, Chris Olave at 11, and we didn't, and we got Jahan Dotson, and I was mad about it. But then again, like, I couldn't have been too mad because I wanted to trade back, and you take a risk, so he rolled the dice and we went with Jahan. But then again, like, as everything does, because I'm a diehard fan, of course I'm a root for my team to be successful and win. With every player, it grows on me. And Jahan Dotson has grew on me, man. I'm still gonna hold my expectations, or not my expectations, but I'm still going to, wait and to see him play actually before I say I'm a full-on fan. But he's grew on me, man. The character, the guy that he is off the field, just the human being he is, he just screams Terry vibes. I'm not talking about the player on the field. I'm talking about the off the field player. You could just tell his family raised him right. The guy just graduated from Penn State. Like, he's a dude. He's a character guy that you would want to build your franchise around. And now after thinking about it, that's probably not probably that is another reason why Ron Rivera drafted him at 16, because he has the character that Ron Rivera wants. You know how Ron Rivera is. He wants Jonathan Allen's, he wants Terry McLaurin's, he wants Jamin Davis's as far as characters. And Jahan Dotson was just another guy that was added to this list of Ron Rivera guys that he wants to change his culture and build his culture around. And really, after looking at his game, I was like, I'm tripping. Like, I cannot be mad at this selection, because what I wanted from Washington is literally what they did. Before this draft, I said I wanted speed. Like I said, okay, I wouldn't be mad if we got a tall receiver. I wouldn't be minded, but I want a track team. I want speed everywhere. They literally drafted that with Jahan Dotson. So I was like, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but again, they did what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to trade back. They did that. I wanted them to get a speed. They did that. So I'm like, it's not the worst, But that was just my raw reaction, and that's how it is being a fan. You can't fake nothing. That's your live reaction. Of course, you're going to eventually come around to the draft picks. The only draft pick that I'm not going to come around, I don't care, unless this guy is just the second coming of Aaron Donald. Fedarian Mathis is the pick that I'm not going to come around on. I don't care if you try to. No one can tell me to come around on that pick. You drafted a rotational D tackle in the second round, and of course, people are going to say, well, they're going to want him to replace Deron Payne next year. They could have got a D tackle next year for all that. If he's going to be a rotational piece this year, you could have got a veteran free agent to be backing up Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen for just this year. And then you draft a Fedarian, or you draft a D tackle next year's draft. When it's going to be a better crop of D tackles or whatnot. But again, I understood why they drafted the way they drafted for the 1,000th time. If you guys don't know, they did a complete 180 in 2021. They drafted guys solely based on projection and upside and what they could eventually grow into. With Jamin Davis, they drafted him because of what he can turn into in 2 to 3 years, not what he did at Kentucky. They drafted De'Ami Brown because he was raw. He was just a street kind of guy, and they wanted to see if he could develop into a pure wide receiver. And this year, he realized that we need guys that's going to compete day one. We need guys that's going to contribute day one, especially if we talk about this being the first year that we're going to actually compete for something, and we're going for it all this year. We need guys that's going to come in and complete day one. I mean, you got Jahan Dotson, a fourth-year senior at Penn State. You got Fedarian Mathis, who, he only started 1 year at Alabama, but he was there for multiple years. Then you got multiple guys like Percy Butler, who was a veteran starter at Louisiana. So for the most part, he did a complete 180 because he wanted to get guys that came in here and that were going to contribute day one. And of course, yes, I understand the philosophy, but it may not be a philosophy that is too easy on fans, that fans like right off the back, like myself. It had to grow on me. I understood why we did it, but again, not the biggest fan, especially of the Fedarian Mathis signing. But now, with that being said, season expectations for Jahan Dotson. I'm be honest. At first, in my immediate reaction following the draft, I'm like, this guy got to give me at least 850. At least 850. Because you getting drafted 16th overall, you have no reason to not give me 800 yards at least. 850, couple touchdowns. But after really realizing if this offense could live up to the potential that it now has, stay healthy, 700 from Jahan is cool. Because then you factor in 700 from Curtis, 800 from Curtis, 300 maybe rushing if we use him how Carolina used him his last year. And then you got 200, 300, 400, maybe 500. 500, 600 is a breakout year for Cam Sims for me. You count in 400 from Cam Sims. You count in, 500, 600 from De'Ami. If everything pans out the way we want it to and we expect it to, if health and these guys pan out, this offense is going to be scary, man. This offense is going to be scary, and Jahan Dotson only needs to give me 750. I'm going to be satisfied. I am. Because you gotta count in the factor. You already know Terry going to give you 1K. You know Terry going to give you 1,000. So Terry just needs somebody that's going to give him 700, 800. He don't need another person that's going to give him 1,000. Now, would it be great if we got two receivers that go over 1,000 yards? Hell yeah, because you're living up to that 16th overall pick. But my expectations lowered a little bit because I realized look at much talent we have on this offense now if everyone plays and stays healthy. Again, Curtis Samuel is a question mark because we don't know if he's going to be what he was in Carolina last year. He was hurt last year. So he really didn't play. De'Ami Brown, still a question mark, but he was thrusted into a role that he wasn't ready for. He wasn't supposed to be in that role in the first place, but due to injury, due to Cam Sims going down in week 4, due to Curtis Samuel really never being healthy, he had to get thrusted in the role. But all I'm saying, man, from Jahan, 750, 5 touchdowns, I'd be cool. Because, again, 1,000 from Tur, you already know he getting that. 500, 400 from Cam Sims, that's cool. A touchdown or two. Dayami 400, 500, maybe 600. Again, I would want a breakout year. I would want Dayami to go for more than that. But if we can get all of that from those two guys, and then we get like 800, 900, 700 from Curtis, this offense is going to look good, man. Again, of course, I would want more from all these guys. Of course, I would want 1,000 from the Jahan off bat. Of course, I would want 1,000 from Curtis off bat. Of course, I would want 900 from Dayon. But how likely is that? It's only one pill to go around, man. So we'll see. But season expectations for Jahan, man. I expect him to come in here day one hitting the ground. That's the reason why we draft him, a fourth-year senior. He's not a 1-year talent. He's not a one season wonder, I should say. He's not a guy that's been in a program for 2-3 years, but really popped out last year. He's a guy that's been consistent, especially with the Penn State quarterbacks that he's had. That's been terrible. He's been killing Big Ten secondary, so I have no problem with him transitioning to the NFL game, or no worries. So I expect him to hit the ground running coming training camp, and I'm expecting at least 750 yards and 5 touchdowns from Jahan Dotson. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, me and boy Juangotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers now. Make sure you guys put in the comment section, what is your season expectations for Jahan Dotson? Is yours higher than mine? Is yours lower than mine? So let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section down below. As always, me and boy Juangotti. I'm out. Peace.